All the links to the original posts are given in the description. So now let's head straight to the video.
Partner and I are disagreeing and arguing about when to share our pregnancy news. Trigger warning, pregnancy and potential pregnancy loss mentioned. TLDR, I'm about 4 weeks pregnant. Partner wants to share the news now, but I'm worried it's too early and want to wait a while. Yesterday I found out I'm about 4 weeks pregnant with my first child. This was very much unplanned but not unwanted. My partner is very excited and immediately wanted to tell everyone and anyone who would listen, but I urged him to keep it a secret. I've only confirmed the pregnancy with at-home tests. I can't get an appointment to see my doctor until next week, and then probably wouldn't have confirmation via ultrasound and blood test for another 2 weeks after that. Plus the norm is to wait 12 weeks before telling people. I relented and said we could tell our immediate family, because I figured it would be nice to be able to talk to my mom and sister about what to expect, what symptoms I'm having, etc. But now today he's escalated and is insisting on telling his grandmother and auntie because they're basically an extension of mom, so what difference does it make? Plus is trying to find an excuse to tell one friend. I'm trying to stress to him that during the first trimester there is a high risk of miscarriage, and considering this is the first time I've ever been pregnant, I have no idea how my body will react. Could it be a chemical pregnancy, an ectopic pregnancy? Will it actually stick around beyond this first few weeks? I would find it absolutely devastating to tell all our loved ones and then have to follow up with bad news soon after. But he insists I'm being sensitive and that I always focus on the worst case scenario. It devolved into an argument where he told me I'm being bossy and it's not fair that I get to call the shots. But I already compromised and told immediate family, and I believe that since it's my body growing the human, I should get to decide when we tell people. I'm now worried that the entire pregnancy is going to be us butting heads like this, since I would have thought this is a fairly easy part of what's to come. I'm worried he'll let it slip to someone anyway. How do I get my point across without getting too heated, or, if I'm being unreasonable, how do I be okay with letting him make this decision? Few responses from the community. Response 1. No, you are being smart. I pray it doesn't happen and you carry to full term. But tell your husband he will be the one making the phone call to family if the worst happens. I found out I was pregnant at 6 weeks. I told everyone I knew because I was so excited. Unfortunately, it ended up being ectopic. So I then had to tell people that I am no longer pregnant, which was hard to do, constantly reminding myself of failing. I know it can happen, but at the time that's how I felt. So when I did have my first, I waited the 12 weeks before I told anyone. With my second, I didn't tell anyone straight away. Only those that were able to tell. So it was a fun surprise doing the social media post welcoming my son. Response 2. Perhaps reframe it. This isn't our medical status to share, it's yours. I get that the pregnancy impacts him too when he's excited. But just like any other medical condition, it's your news to share, authorize. If I had something going on ... let's say I have cancer and I'm in treatment ... yes, it impacts my partner and he may want to talk to people about it. But it's my health situation to share, so outside of a therapist, if I asked him to keep it quiet, that's reasonable. I certainly hope you have a healthy pregnancy, but telling anyone this early likely means everyone else will know anyway. People don't keep secrets very well. And what if you do miscarry? Now you have all these people in your business or asking about a pregnancy you've lost and they had no idea. It's not fun. If I wanted it to be a secret, I would have at least waited till the blood test, but honestly, would wait till past the first trimester. Your partner is being selfish and unreasonable. Response 3. Ultimately, you should definitely get to decide when to tell. Yes, it's his news too. But I have 2 people who are very close to me that have lost a pregnancy early on. It does happen. I 100% understand and support your decision not to tell if it makes you uncomfortable. When I got pregnant, I told my mom, my sister, and my 2 best friends. Thankfully, I had no issues with the pregnancy, but my logic was that these would be the people I would want to lean on for support should the worst happen. If his friend falls into that category for him, I might allow that. The aunt, probably not. Grandma, definitely not. Response 4. I'd postpone the decision after you have a clear you're pregnant and so far it looks good from your doctor. Also take your husband to that appointments and ask doctor for statistics. He needs to hear from a neutral person that your fears are not only seeing the negative but have a very real chance of happening. Then I definitely would try to reason with him how devastated you will be should you lose that pregnancy and how you will not be able to break that news to many people. That you agree with telling those that will support you when something goes wrong, and that you understand he wants to share the happy news, but that he should also think about whom he wants to call and say we lost it when the worst case comes into reality. Make him understand you don't want to take away the right to announce it, but you're trying to protect both of you from the emotional backlash that could come. His happy news will be happy all the same a few weeks later, but the bad news will be so much more crushing if you have to pass that info on to many friends, family. Good luck with the pregnancy and convincing your partner. Response 5. Parenting is going to be rough for you too if you don't learn to discuss and compromise now. Parenting is a million small decisions that you often have strong opinions about. It's not just the big things like where does the baby sleep and should you breastfeed or not. You will have strong opinions about ingredients and lotion, how to hold spoons, and how you do the bouncy walk that soothes crying babies. I once listened to a friend rant a 30-minute train ride about how her partner brushed their kid's teeth wrong, and I once ranted to a friend about how the babysitter cut my son's sandwich wrong. It's on that level. You will look at the baby's socks and think, OMG, what kind of halfwit puts on socks like that? If you two don't learn to discuss and agree and compromise, you will be broken up by the kid's first birthday. If you like the story, hit the like and don't forget to subscribe the channel, and thanks for watching.